All right, so let me show you what I did. If you have a little Mighty Mite hand vacuum pump that has a little cup on it, it's better. I have a big evacuator. I've got a plastic hose here. I put a little piece of larger diameter hose, and then I put some of the return line, extra return line I have. I'm just going to hook it up to this, and I'm going to pull a vacuum, and that's going to draw fuel into here, and I'm going to stop when it starts coming up here. That way it'll let me fill this up without having to crank. What it's doing is it's slowly pulling fuel. You can see a little bit of air bubbles there. It's pulling fuel out of the tank, and it's starting to pulsate right there. So I know that the pump is pretty much almost full now. So I'm just going to take this loose. Hear that? Makes a good vacuum. I'm going to hook this back up, my return line. Alright, next thing we need to do is I'm going to clean the pump off with brake fluid cleaner. Just clean the pump off. This will help to evaporate any residue that's on there, to get rid of the diesel fuel that we spilled. And we'll let us test to make sure we don't have any leaks. I want the pump dry. So I'm going to let this dry for a few minutes, and then we'll go inside the car and crank it. Okay, now what I'm going to do is, this is dried a little bit. I'm going to go inside the car and see if it'll crank. It's probably going to be pretty rough at first. So far, so good. Okay, we're back here. We've got the car running. I've got my my VAGCOM going, and I apologize for the glare here on the screen. But anyway, this is what we're looking at. This is measuring block number is Group 1, and we can see that our injection quantity is supposed to be between 3 and 9. It's at 16.7, 16.8. Before, when I ran the car, got up to operating temperature, it liked to be around 3.5. So that's what we're going to do. So I just wanted to show you that you do need VAGCOM to do this. We're way out of range on this. So I'm going to set the laptop up outside. I'm not going to be able to show you what it's looking like outside, but I'll show you how to actually adjust the that figure back down to about 3.5. And again, as the temperature, coolant temperature, that number will drop. When I came out this morning and started the car, it was about 4.5 milligrams per stroke. And as the car warmed up, the coolant temperature got to about 80, 81. It stabilized at about 3.5, 3.5. So that's what we're going to do. So let me take the laptop outside so I can see it, and I'll show you how to adjust this number back down to 3.5. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to barely loosen the 3 screws holding the quantity adjuster, and also the triangle screw just a little bit, okay? I'm going to take a block of wood. I've got a little piece of a hammer here. You can use a little tiny block of wood, and I'm going to very gently knock on the pump just a little while I'm watching my bag come. Okay, so I'm barely hitting the pump and it's already down to like 13.2. You can probably hear the pitch of the engine change. I'm going to loosen this just a hair more. Down to 9.8. Alright, we're down to 5.4. Alright, we're about 4.0, so I'm going to let the engine warm up just a little more, and then make my final adjustment. Okay, so performing our adjustments, I had to do it several times, but I'm able to get it down to about 3.8 to 4.0, and that's fine. It was 3.5, 3.6 before I did the job. Every time you loosen or tighten these, it changes the value, so I'm happy with where it is. And let me turn the engine off and just let you look at the pump. Is completely dry. The front and in the back, which is good. The reason we did this job was to fix the leak that we had here at the top plate and between the quantity adjuster and the body. So the pump is completely dry. There's no more pump leakage, and hopefully this will last another 300,000 miles. This will help you. If you've got any questions, just email me, and happy motoring.